I'm Martin Anderson down in Studio B with one of two live acts here in Studio B on this fun Friday. Our live sessions are brought to you by Sierra Nevada Brewing Company. And to kick things off this morning, here we have Modern Appalachia. It's Sarah Siskind and Two Bird Stone live on WNCW.
We found love in a teenage fever dream. Yeah, we went a tumbling for each other like sneakers in a washing machine. Gone 10 different kinds of straitjacket, crazy. Hey, we were poor, young and pretty, stupid and amazing. And that's when you learn that you're better when you're not alone. Yeah, and that's how you know you've been hit with a two-bird stone. With a two-bird stone. Run a three-ring circus at the front of her mind. And you can only do one thing at a time now. She minds her manners, she watches her tongue. Yeah, you got a mouth like a sailor and you never shut up, no, no. Oh, but that's when you learn that you're better when you're not alone. Two-bird stone. Yeah, that's when you learn that you're better when you're not alone. And that's how you know you've been hit with a two-bird stone. With a two-bird stone. Like the finest things, the 5 stars in the high class. Yeah, you like your beat up wheels and your bare feet in the tall grass. Well, you dig the grape, she dig the grain. You're more like the yin, she more like the yang now. Hey, that's when you learn that you're better when you're not alone. When you know you've been hit with a two-bird stone. Yeah, and that's when you learn that you're better when you're not alone. And that's when you know you've been hit with a two-bird stone. With a two-bird stone.
That is, we could venture to say the namesake song of the band here. The band Two Bird Stone with some wonderful vocals from Sarah Siskind. They have joined forces and now they are the group Modern Appalachia. We welcome you all to Studio B and WNCW. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
It was Liam Thomas Bailey who was singing that sweet song that I guess you wrote?
Yeah, I did, and I did write it, but the tunes that I write, like this one, are very heavily influenced by traditional music, and that's from an old tape just an old tape full of fiddle tunes. It was passed around my circle of friends in Boston. We never learned the name of the song. It was labeled Little Brown Jug, but it was mislabeled on the tape. And this is an archaic old Appalachian tune from a tape full of tunes from Tommy Jarrell, a lot of North Carolina people on it. We became obsessed with the tune, played it in various incarnations, forgot about it for 10 years, then wrote that song kind of around the tune. So every time it comes around, that's a fiddle tune. So there's something of the old in there, and then I kind of contemporize it with something a little bit more relevant.
Definitely contemporary. I would not have guessed that is an old fiddle tune from Tommy Jarrell, of all people.
Yeah, actually, and probably before that, somewhere in Britain, or it could be Scandinavian. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Boy, that's an interesting history, a roundabout history of that song.
Yeah.
That has roots going way back. Well, Liam, you live in Hickory now, right?
Yes, moved from Nashville to Hickory 5 years ago.
From Nashville to Hickory? All right. And before that, Boston for a bit, I guess. You were at Berkeley.
Yeah, I was Seattle for a while, and then New York, and then before that, Boston.
Wow.
Rowan here on drums, Rowan Kamani, we met at school, and Chad Kelly also at Berkeley. We're at the same school at the same time in the late 90s.
All right, cool. You mentioned Chad. Chad Kelly's on the accordion there, and we have Judd Fuller on the bass, and Sarah Siskind doing the fine guitar work there. I like your guitar work on that one.
Thanks, Martin.
Now, Sarah has been here before. Sarah Siskind from Brevard, Two Bird Stone. This is their first time here. We got their disc, Hands and Knees, back. It was in 2020 when we got it. It was summertime. It was the pandemic. Things were all shut down, and we were like, are we going to get any music this year, any new releases? And yeah, we got a few, and this was one of them that really spoke to us. Yeah, so Sarah, how did you meet these guys? How did this come together?
I got an email.
What?
I got many emails
Oh, one of those, huh?
from Liam.
Oh, I know
He
about
was-
them.
He
yeah.
was stalking me.
Every day that he sent you one.
Yeah, just kidding. I mean, I'm not kidding about the multiple emails. I just don't want to accuse him of stalking.
No shame.
No.
So yeah, a few years back, when he was making the Two Bird Stone album, Hands and Knees, that you just mentioned, he was trying to contact me to see if I'd sing harmonies, and I got back to him eventually, and I checked out the music, loved it, went in the studio. He actually came to Asheville. We went into Echo Mountain, and it was just kind of, I don't know, like twins separated at birth.
Great.
Musically and sort of we have so many parallels in our lives. So we just stayed in touch, and then after the pandemic, we decided to do some gigs together, and the rest is history.
Yeah, that's great.
That's
Cool.
my version of the story.
Yeah, well, I originally heard her on NPR, Song of the Day. This would have been like probably 2009 or 10, whenever Say It Louder came out.
Oh, way back.
It was Say It Louder, the Song of the Day, and on NPR I was mowing my lawn with early noise cancellation technology, and the song came on, and I turned the mower off, and I went inside. I was like, listen to it again. Then I just bought the record early, buying records off iTunes at that time. Wore it out for a week. Was telling my wife, I'm playing with this girl.
Yeah.
And then we found out later we had a friend in common, which is cool. Which I never followed up on. Actually, I introduced myself, I think, at the Station Inn. When you were performing there
In Nashville.
and that was it. And then I just, I was playing with other bands, and life and all that kind of stuff happened. It would be another 10 years before I actually reached out to collaborate. And when I reached out,
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, you're getting back to me,
Uh-huh.
because I live in North Carolina, you live in North Carolina.
Right.
I'm coming for you.
And you sensed that you had all these kind of connections.
I could
musically.
tell by the way she played. Like, I knew I was a Frizzell freak, and she worked with him, and I could hear it even before I knew she worked with Frizzell. I knew what she was doing. Like, the sensibility was so familiar to me. It was almost listening back to something that I would do, and I was like, I really want to work with her. So
That's really intriguing. Was that before the Modern Appalachia album?
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
You sense that there was a kind of maybe a Bill Frisell connection, or that sound. That's pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the thing. We have almost identical influences that are not very common.
Yeah.
There's a big Irish thing with us.
Irish.
Too,
Frizzell, fusion, just those two things there. yeah, so we like to geek out about it together and
Yeah.
listen to lots of alt music.
Cool.
So
It sounds like us at WNCW.
Yep, I know. I see. I knew you would love Liam Martin. Y'all are like, it's like old home week.
So you are now got the whole Two Bird Stone band involved. You all are working together, and you're playing tonight, right?
We are the Spinning Jenny tonight.
I think it's an 8:00 show.
Yes.
That's in Greer, South Carolina. And then tomorrow night, 185 King Street in Brevard,
Yeah.
Sarah's hometown.